right now. So get on here and join me for a live stream on YouTube. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first live stream of season 8. I'm really excited for this. I've been looking forward to it all week, and I'm actually just finishing posting something to Instagram right now. So, for those of you who are here, who are joining, great. Thank you. That's awesome. Um, it is really exciting to be doing this. I'm broadcasting from my office for the first time in a while, mainly because the Kings County Library is currently closed. They're shut down. Well, they're not shut down. They've moved to a temporary location. They haven't scheduled any more writing workshops. However, one of the things that I have been participating in the last couple of weeks is a new writing group called Writers Haven, which was put together by another local author in the making here, and so I'm really excited to be a part of that. We just had our second session. We meet every 2 weeks. So if you're local to the Hanford area or Kings County, join us. We meet at the Starbucks on Lacey and 11th Avenue over by CVS Pharmacy. Uh, we meet from 10 a.m. to noon, and it's a great time. Um, like I said, we had our second session today, and it gave me an opportunity to sit down and work on some editing, which I've been doing all week. And talking about editing actually brings me to a quick discussion about some of the projects that I've been working on since season 7 came to a close back in late July. So let me start off with that. So first and foremost, I'm actually currently working on the uh, the sixth book in my fantasy series, the Archives of Icínq-Régn. This book, I actually shared the title of it not too long ago. The uh, the title is The Preludes of War, and this whole thing is setting up a huge conflict that is going to kick off in the last third of the book, and is going to actually go. It's going to segue into the seventh and final book in the series, which I haven't started writing that one yet. I'm waiting to get this one out. I got to go through all the edits, but I'm on the first round of edits, which the way that I do my edits, the way I handle them is I go through and uh, I actually will do content and structural edits first. So what I've been doing is I'm going through. And I can't. Part of the way my brain works is I can't help but do like line edits and stuff like that at the same time. Um, but the one of the things that I've been doing is for the first time really I've been moving chunks of content around. In fact, the copy that I've been editing off of today um, the way it was supposed to be chapter 18. That was the original document file, and it actually got pieced out into two different components. One of the sections, well, there's two sections that bookended the entire document that I put together, and I ended up putting that as chapter 23, draft 2, and then the rest of the chapter the middle two sections that I'm keeping on that document are those are going to be chapters 26, uh, draft 2. So initially I only had 28 chapters that I actually initially drafted in the first round. And now when I do my drafting, I handwrite all my chapters. So I handwrite the chapter, then I transcribe it, and that becomes draft 2. technically, but as far as the file, it's the first version, and then I go through and I do the next draft after I do my edits. Um, and then the uh, the really fun thing is at the end of the book, once I get to the end of the manuscript, I go back, I start back over from scratch, and I start doing more in-depth edits. So I go from the macro of restructuring everything and making sure that everything looks right and is good and fits in place, to going through and doing line edits, and eventually I'll do proofreading and stuff like that. And I do that all the way through the whole process. Um, but that's really the crux of what I'm doing. Um, Before I jump into any other projects, I did an interview on Monday. This was really a fun thing. And I talked about this on War of the Stars on Wednesday, but I, back in August when I did the Central Valley Friends of the Madera County Library Heart of the Valley Book Fair, uh, I connected with an author from Visalia, California. Her name is Alice McMurtry, and she is awesome. She's really cool. And so she made me this little author gift box thing full of stuff. She gave me bookmarks with stuff from her book, a little sketch pad that I can work with. I really like this one. This is a really nice bookmark because it's got the ribbon. You can like it's elastic and you can move it around. Um, she gave me her business card for her website, readmybook.net. She does some really cool stuff. She interviews other authors. But then she made me a bunch of really cool stuff. So, like, she made me these keychains with an updated GKJ publishing logo on it. Really nice keychain. She made me some buttons, and some of the buttons are they're both metal based, I think, but this one's got like a white plastic. Again, this has got the aluminum backing. And then let me see here. There's a couple of other really cool items. If I can find them, they all kind of look the same. Um, where are they? There's another keychain. Oh, here's a pen that she gave me. Um, I'm really bummed out because I can't find it right away, right off the bat. Oh, come on. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they? A lot of pins. A lot of the pins. But one of the items in here, and I'm gonna have to go through and find it, but it's a magnetic bottle opener. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I am really excited because I get to have this stuff, and I'm going to be giving it away at when I do table events. And then I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway for a couple of items when I hit 300 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a pin, a one of these keychains, and if I've got enough, a bottle opener. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. I would love to see what you guys have, or I'd like to see the channel grow. So please, by all means, subscribe. If you know people who are interested, have them subscribe. It would be really cool. But yeah, so this was a really. I kind of bumped my microphone there. I'm kind of energetic here. If you can't tell, but I'm really excited because I've got some cool projects in the works aside from the Archives of Icínq-Régn. One of the newest projects I've been working on since July is a cosmic horror psychological. Right now, it's kind of leaning towards like short story novella type, the way it's designed, but it's called The House on Greymalkin. And I got the idea I was listening to a lot of H.P. Lovecraft over the summer, and I was listening to this like complete collection audio book. It was like 50 hours or something like that. And I got about 20 hours in, and after a while, I had to put it down. I haven't really gone back to listen to it because it's really dense, really heavy. But I have taken the opportunity to let that influence some of my writing, and so I started working on this project. I've actually written a couple of sections for the story, and the House on Grey Malkin is a psychological thriller ish type story with some influences from the X-Men. So if you recognize the name Graymalkin, that's the street that the X Mansion exists on. But I'm not going to go much beyond that. I'm just basically using that area of upstate New York, Westchester County, as kind of the location for the story. That's pretty much it. But the idea is exploring grief and loss and what happens when a character experiences that and how they deal with it. So the five stages of grief is something that's explored without going into too much detail. And then over the last couple of weeks, I got an idea for a really fun urban dark fantasy YA type story. Um, I'm still working out the details, but I'm this one is something that I'm going to take slow. I'm not going to just rush right into the writing process of it, but I've been outlining some character designs and some locations. And the idea is that the cast of characters is going to be mostly high school aged, although there are some adults uh, exist in this story, and it's going to take place mostly at a preparatory high school, dealing with some of the interactions and the cliques that exist there. So there's a social element to it. There is a magical element to it, but I haven't really gone into a whole lot of detail there. A lot of great character ideas, and I've been working through it. And so, yeah, the bulk of what I wanted to talk about today on this live stream is I want to do two readings from my short story anthology, Midnight Playground. For those of you who have not heard my talk about this, the title of the book is taken from two of the writing competitions that I've been participating in. The first one is NYC Midnight. I did a short story competition with them back in July. Uh, yeah, was it July or August? And it was July or August, and I got the results back just a couple of weeks ago. I didn't place for my group, but I did get a lot of good feedback. Although I think one of the judges did not pay attention to some of the context clues that were in the story, and was anticipating like an enemies to lovers situation in a sci-fi action set piece. Go figure. Um, yeah, and that seems to be the common thing about wanting to see enemies to lovers. And I honestly, as much as people like that, I don't like doing that because it's not a realistic situation. I cannot tell you the number of times I've been enemies with a woman, and it worked out in a more romantic favor for both of us. Um, if that were the case, I wouldn't be divorced. Um, but I just got the results from the competition I participated in July for Writers Playground, which is the other competition. Again, I didn't place. They pick 10 place winners, and then they pick 10 runners up. This is my third time participating in this competition. I did not place. Bummer. I thought I was going to at least have some comments, but I'm looking forward to seeing what I get as far as my results and the feedback I get from the judges regarding the story I submitted. Which that story was called Fish Food. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. That will be going into another anthology at some point. I haven't decided when, but it will be eventually fitted in there. With that said, I'm going thematic today. The stories that I'm going to be reading today uh, are short stories that I've written for the NYC Midnight 250-word microfiction challenge over the last couple of years. The first story is called Locking Up, and both of these stories can be found uh, in the first section, the 250 section of the book. So I'm going to start, and I hope you guys enjoy hearing this. Uh, so this is Locking Up. Amanda shivered. The library interior froze. Her breath turned into foggy gasps as darkness permeated the children's reading room. A prickling tingled across her back, centering on her left shoulder. Her heart skipped a beat at the invisible contact. She shelved recently returned titles when the power died. Her coworkers had already gone home and she finished locking up. "Will you read to us?" whispered voices said behind her. Amanda looked over her shoulder, plucking her phone from her pocket. Only Stygian blackness loomed, its span saturating everything. Had she actually heard something? Her phone had no service, the signal blocked by the century-old construction. "Please," the childlike voices surged. "We promise we'll be good." Amanda faced the room's far corner, where a puppet theater sat. She tentatively approached, the buzz of the fluorescent lighting vainly trying to return. The ballasts flickered erratically. She hugged herself, terror shrinking her the closer she got. Teddy bears floated on their own, dancing through the puppet stage as disembodied giggling echoed in the space. "Don't hurt us. We'll be good." Fear filled the voices. Children sobbed. "Get out!" a new monstrous voice screeched. A slender figure appeared, etched from the hard shadows. It stared at her. She knew him, recognizing the face from the library founder's portrait hanging menacingly above the circulation desk. He died 80 years earlier, but here he stood with a knife in hand. Eobard Jacobs, a closeted murderer, lilted towards her, slashing the spectral blade with an inhuman shriek. That was a fun story to write. I remember getting the prompt from NYC Midnight, and the first thing I did, I got this idea in my head, and like almost immediately I had it, and I turned off all the lights in my house, and I was laying on the floor of my living room, and the only light I had came from the screen on my computer, and so I just sat there tapping away for like a solid hour, writing this story, narrowing down the word count, getting it precise, and I just had so much fun. Like by the time I got done writing the story, I was freaking myself out. Uh, so if you saw my creators corner segment for this month, one of the things I talk about as far as writing tips is that when you're writing something, if you can't feel the emotion that you're trying to generate, you're probably not having as much fun as you should be. So I really recommend that when you are sitting down to write a piece that's supposed to be emotionally charged, like something that it evokes terror or horror or any whatever the emotion is, make sure that you're able to feel that emotion because it'll generate for you. The basis for that story, the children's reading room and all of that, I actually took that from like I had in my head the layout of my local library, the Hanford branch of the Kings County Library, and so that was the kind of the idea behind it. And so, and then some of the other elements I pulled from other media that I have been exposed to, where I got some ideas, things that just stuck with me, and I thought, man, this would be a really cool scene to write in. So yeah, so that was Locking Up. And then, so the next story is called Unfinished Business. Shit. Greg sprinted down the church's north wing, trying to keep a healthy distance between himself and whatever the hell that thing was. He planned on rescheduling his janitorial night shift availability after this. He wished he hadn't even come in tonight. Not even an hour into his shift, he heard humming inside the main women's restroom. It sounded like the HVAC system's shrillness, which often whistled when the air pressure forced the door ajar. He almost missed it over the tune coming from his earbuds. He investigated, a spectral entity suspended in mid-air in front of the mirror on the bathroom's far side. He gawked. The ethereal silver presence faced him. He slipped on the floor as it quickly lunged for him. It drew closer, ghostly hands reaching. He got up and ran to the far end of the west lobby and turned the corner. He panted hard, his heart hammering his sternum. The emergency lighting died, replaced by solid darkness and shimmering white. It rounded the corner, following him. You! It howled. That's when Greg ran through the north wing, closing every classroom door behind him. The argent glow faded and disappeared as he passed through the nursery and reached the kids' lobby. He looked over his shoulder, seeing nothing following him. He breathed a sigh of relief, hoping the pastor might believe him this time. He turned toward the glass doors. The entity hovered inches away. You! It hissed. The light faded. Greg never finished his shift. So both of these are stories that I'm actually working on, including in a larger piece that is modern. It's set in modern day. The working title on that one is called Ghost Protocol, just because I don't know what else to call it, and I haven't come up with a title. But I have been working on that piece by piece over the last couple of years. So that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you for those of you who tuned in to watch while it was going live. Thank you for all those who are going to be rewatching the broadcast. For the people who've been subscribing recently, thank you. It's been great to see the channel growing. Please continue to subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with your family members. The goal right now is to hit 300 subscribers, and when I do that, I will be doing a giveaway of keychain, a pin, and if I have enough, a bottle opener. So if you'd like to support the channel, there are other ways that you can go about doing so. Obviously, Patreon is one of the ways that you can do that on a regular monthly basis, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get access to the uncut, unedited interviews for author awareness before they go out on YouTube. Those are the full, complete conversations, because most of the time I pare down and I edit down for time and to focus more on the author that I'm interviewing. For $3 a month, you get that interview, plus you get early access to the Creators Corner segment before it goes out on YouTube. And then this season, I'm doing something different. I've got a special video series that I'm doing called Finding Fiction, where I'm breaking down film and TV and video game franchises that I really enjoy, and the things I like about them, and common threads, themes, and stuff like that. The video for October is up on Patreon. It's focused on the Mission Impossible film franchise starring Tom Cruise. And for $5 a month, you get access to that video, the interviews, and the Creators Corner content, all for that one lump sum. You can also purchase the Finding Fiction video separately for an additional $5. If you don't want to do the subscription, you can do that. Of course, then there is my merch store on Teespring, and of course, you can do a one-time donation through Cash App. All of those links are down in the video description. I will see you guys on, I won't be physically seeing you, but November 8th is the next episode. I will have a great new author interview featuring local author Leslie A. Lee, and some more great book recommendations, plus another Creators Corner segment. So looking forward to that for you guys, and I hope that you have a absolute blast. Keep on writing the right way.